morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at some cool news stories which are coming around in the Pokemon TCG, all of which I'm excited about, hopefully some of which you will be excited about as well. So, with all of that borne in mind, why don't we start off with Jumbo Iron Crown. I keep trying to call it Cobalion, and I know it's not Cobalion, it's Iron Crown, but it's really hard to remember this stuff, because it just looks like Cobalion. Some of them look a lot less like the Pokemon on which they are based. Iron Crown really looks like Cobalion, alright? Just putting that out there. And speaking of Iron Crown, I gotta let you know, I'm doing a Temporal Forces box break later on today on my Whatnot. So come along, 7 p.m. UK time. Use the invite code whatnot.com/invite/thewassie. Or I think you can now just enter code thewassie when you're checking out to make it even easier. And yeah, come chat some Pokemon, take part in the box break. Don't take part in the box break, but definitely chat some Pokemon. 7 p.m. UK time. If you don't turn up, I'm just going to be lonely. But jumbo versions of it have been found. There's been listings over on eBay. And what we've got is a similar kind of thing to what we often see here. We've got ourselves a Jumbo Iron Crown, all foiled and lovely, stamped with the Temporal Forces logo. Of course, it's only been like 5 minutes since I showed you the Garchomp. And incidentally, yeah, this is clearly following on from the Garchomp. Now, they seem to be coming around faster, frankly. It seems to be a lot faster between getting the Garchomp and getting this than getting the last one and getting the Garchomp. But, just putting it out there, it is there, and it is available, and it is lovely. And I know I'm going to get a bunch of people asking the obvious question. It's a very fair question. Hey, Wassie, where is this coming in my area, in my region? And the answer is, I don't know. Now, I can tell you that if you live in the Netherlands, then you can go to Intertoys. In the Netherlands, you can go to Intertoys. And that is where it will be made available. If you're in the UK, expect this to be made available in-game. That's where I went and got my Garchomp not too long ago. That is where I assume this will turn up. Don't know when, but it shouldn't be too long. General rule is, when it starts appearing in some places, it then just kind of keeps appearing in a bunch of other places as time goes by. If you're in North America, and I'm sorry, I know I tell you this every time with a jumbo card, and I really am sorry because I know it's really annoying. Yeah, don't expect to get this card. North America just doesn't get these jumbo cards. They just never end up coming in, and I know that's really annoying. I'm sorry. It is available. There is, well, actually, the only one that is currently for sale is for like $20 with $20 shipping. So if you're in the US, you can get this for like $40. But that does seem to be, I think, a little bit expensive. And then, of course, if we have a look at the Garchomp, for instance, because, of course, that one came out recently, you can, well, to be fair, with shipping, it's a little bit awkward. You can buy them super cheap. There's one for $8.83, but yeah, you've got to add the shipping on top of that, which is slightly annoying. They are not, unfortunately, the easiest cards to get in the US, and I do have a real soft, some sympathy here for anyone in the US who's trying to collect jumbo cards, because these promo jumbos never seem to appear in the US, and that must be really annoying. And then there's a bunch of people that don't really care, who aren't really into this, but for those that do, this is kind of annoying. I will say, yes, it is 100% legit. I know random eBay listing, one random eBay listing really doesn't tell us very much. But of course, it's not just a random eBay listing. We've also got the advert from Intertoys here, which is telling us for absolute certainty it is coming, it is confirmed, it is happening, it is real, it is lovely. Something else that is happening and real and lovely, Gummies. Gummies and Pokemon. I love these. I've bought a bunch of these, and I love them. They do a similar thing for Dragon Ball Heroes over in Japan, and I picked a couple of those up when I was over there. But what we've got, and then they do this every main set tends to get this. Mini sets generally don't. So it's kind of weird. You're going to look at this and go, Wassie, That's Cyber Judge and Wild Force. Why are they releasing now when it's Crimson Haze time? And yes, excellent point. And the answer essentially is Crimson Haze is a mini set, an A set, an extra set, phrase it how you will. And they don't get these gummies, the main sets do. But these are actually way better than normal, because there are 6 different EXs available. Now, I don't know if this affects the pull rates, but usually, in the past, they've had 2 EXs available. This time there are 6. And I know there's actually 12 EXs between Cyber Judge and Wild Force, 6 in each of the sets, but I don't think we need to really spend a lot of time here trying to figure out which ones these are. Look, I know they've used the booster pack artwork. I understand they've used the booster pack artwork, but the EXs must be the Paradox Pokemon, surely. Surely the EXs are the Paradox Pokemon. I'm just going to think it's really weird if they're not. So you're going to be able to get the EXs of Iron Crown. Yeah, that's right, the one we literally just got finished talking about. But this time, smaller and tournament legal. And then your Iron Boulder and your Iron Leaves. And then your Walking Wake, Gouging Fire, and Raging Bolt. And these are kind of cool. You get yourself 2 little Pokeball-shaped gummies. And you get yourself a Pokemon card. And it's rather lovely. Now, you can see they've given us a rarity breakdown there. There are 6 EXs available, 4 uncommon, and 16 common. Now, when I picked them up, and admittedly, it's been a little while since I picked these up. They were like 1 EX per box, and there's 20 packs in a box. So the odds weren't amazing, although I did actually pull one I needed, which was awesome. But generally speaking, look, most of the time you're getting a common card. You're getting 1 common card and 2 gummies. It's 110 yen per pack, so they are like ridiculously cheap. They're absolutely lovely. 110 yen comes out to, I'm going to really talk about yen that low on this channel. You're talking about 72 cents, or 73 cents. We should be rounding up. 73 cents, less than $1. So that's what they're there for. Like, when I was in Japan, I did pick up some of these and Dragon Ball Heroes just walking around in Japan, because you know what? Why not? You're spending like 100 yen and you're getting some gummy sweets and a card. And you might get a cool card, or you might get a common, but it's fine. I love these things. They're not getting a release outside of Japan. They never get a release outside of Japan, nor really should they. They're a very Japanese kind of product. They're the kind of thing that you find in convenience stores and stores all over Japan. Doesn't really seem to fit very well over here, which is a little bit sad, because I think they're rather lovely. Now, something which I was not expecting to happen, we've actually seen, and look, I don't think this is going to last much longer. You have been warned, but Top 1 Toys is again doing an in-store Van Gogh Pikachu promotion. Now, you've got to imagine that this is not going to last very much longer. And I would imagine, and I don't know for certain, but I would imagine that this is very much kind of the dregs at this point. Like the very last few that they've got in stock. I can't imagine this is really going to last very much longer. Shout out to lovely Primal Lugia, incidentally, for making us aware of this. But really, I'm just kind of bringing this in quickly here just to let you know that this is kind of weird. Because when Van Gogh Pikachu originally came out, I've told you the story on this channel many times before. Van Gogh Pikachu comes out and it's given out at the museum, the Van Gogh Museum in the Netherlands, but then they have to stop giving it out because people can't behave, and then it goes to be sold on the Pokemon Center online, but then it sells out super quickly, and then there's a second drop, which doesn't quite sell out so quickly, but still sells out very quickly, and it's not very available, and then all of a sudden, it does appear in shops in the Netherlands like we were expecting. And then we have those rumours that stores are only getting 10 of them. But it seems like, and don't get me wrong, the information I was giving you when I said stores were only getting 10 of them, that was good information that came from a good, reliable place. However, it seems like what actually happened was that local game stores got very, very few of them. And I've heard a bunch of reports that was actually the case, that local game stores really didn't get very many of these. But it turned out the bigger stores, nationwide stores, actually ended up getting quite a lot of them. And it really did seem to be quite readily available, which is honestly kind of amazing. So yeah, I'm loving this, honestly. And look, it's not going to be long. And I think we are getting to the point where it is going to actually run out. And you're not going to be able to get this very much longer. And I know that it's still only actually being made available in store in the Netherlands or online in the Netherlands. And yeah, obviously. But it is still being made available in some places. And that alone is pretty gosh darn cool. Right, there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of these. Tell me if you want the Jumbo Iron Crown. Tell me if you like you some gummy cards. Tell me what you think about Gogh Pikachu still being available in some places, which is honestly wild to me. Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel, like the lovely Matt DS, who's been a supporter of ours for quite a while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.